Hey everybody, I wanted to come on and talk to y'all today, but I am going to multitask. So while I am recording, I am going to be painting my toenails. I know a lot of people like to wear the white nail polish. I don't have any, but my go-to color is always this like orange. It's like a neon orange. It's very, very pretty. And then I have this rapid dry top coat that's clear because I am going to work today for some overtime, but I need another nap. Okay. So I wanted to come on here today because we are about to enter into a new season of life, right? So of course, spring is here. Spring has sprung. So that's a season, and a lot of people are going to be bringing in spring different kind of ways. One thing that people do is spring clean, and that could mean your house, that could mean your life, that could be your cleaning up your friends list on social media or your friends list in person, in real life, the people that you connect with or the people that you are connected to. But at the same time, spring it gives people an opportunity to reflect on things before, because in the colder months, those are the months where we sometimes, most of us, sit still. We don't leave the house as much. We're not outside doing too much. um, but we also get to reflect, and it's a time of sadness, especially with certain holidays being out there. And whenever you're being still, you do seem to think about things. So whenever you're reflecting, don't you think about how people have treated you, or you think about why do you feel the way you feel, or when you need to call somebody, you think about those kinds of things. And I was recently thinking about the times when I felt like I was mistreated by other people. I was mishandled. Like I was handled misappropriately from certain people. And I, by myself, I didn't want to personally get revenge on people. I don't always feel like, oh, well, they treated me this way, I'm going to get them back. There's a thing called karma. And I know that, like a person like me, I can say they're going to get their karma. I don't know who they're going to get it from or where it's going to come from or when it's going to happen, but they are going to get their karma. And I want to do a topic today about getting your get back. If you don't like dramatic cycles, if you don't like traumatic repetition in your life, then when someone does you wrong, you're not supposed to get them back unless you just like to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until something happens that messes your whole world up. But if you just want that person to be punished or to see what it feels like, give it time. You have to give time. You don't have to get them back. Let someone else that comes along later, let them handle that, because that's actually how it's supposed to happen. Karma isn't about you witnessing someone getting the same treatment that you got. Karma is not about you even knowing that it happened. Karma deals with that person, and whether they acknowledge it or not, whether they learn a lesson from it or not, whether they know why it is happening to them or not, that's none of your business. When people do you wrong, you acknowledge that you've been treated wrong, and you go on about your business and let them be dealt with by somebody else. Now, the reason I said that is because there are some things that we have done in our lives where when somebody does something to us, like say you're in a relationship with somebody and you like them and they say that they like you, and you're like, okay, so we're on the same page, we're moving right along. And then somewhere in the midst, out of the blue, they just start lying to you. And it's not like you're asking them questions and they're lying. They're volunteering lies. They're texting you with the lie. As soon as you say, how you doing? They say, I'm doing fine. And then just start lying to you. And you can't understand why, because the relationship hasn't even progressed into anything where you need to be lying. You know, we're not even there. So this person is losing your trust. Or this person may make you think that they're cheating on you, or this person may make you feel like they are being dishonest with you about finances, especially if you're trying to go on trips. They tell you they like to travel, but they expect you to always foot the bill. Or they want to plan something lavish and they want you to pay for it. Or, they go on a trip and They say they forgot their wallet. Something like that. They just keep mistreating you, mishandling you. And you're trying to figure out, now, why are you doing this to me when I've been good to you this whole time? Well, if you think back a long time ago, did you ever treat someone that way? It may not have been someone you was dating, but someone who thought that they were maybe your very close friend, or they thought that they were your best friend. Did you mistreat them? Did you mishandle them? Whenever you went on a girls trip, did you charge someone more money for the room than you charged everybody else? Did you forget to give that person a piece of information when you went on a trip? And did you apologize for it, or did you think that it would just blow over? Because most of the time, when we do stuff to people, if you're lucky enough, you'll get away with it. They will not know what you've done. But because the universe knows what you're doing, because nothing can be hidden, once you are found out, that's when the karma comes back to you. And again, I do not believe that karma should come from the person that you mistreated. I honestly believe that it should come from someone else that you meet in the future, or someone who is close to you, because it'll feel differently. If I do something to you and you do something back to me, I'll be like, yeah, you got me. Or I deserve that. Or I expected it. I knew you was coming. I already had my guard up. Or it could be one of those things where you meet somebody who you feel like you are very connected to, and everything is going fine. Like there is nothing that can mess up this moment right now. And then they treat you the way the other person did, it'll hurt you more, because I wasn't even doing you dirty. So why would you do it to me? That's how I think karma should show up, so that you will feel it the way the other person felt it. Not something you expected, not something that you saw coming, not something where you was like, get your get back, and you need to be just as surprised as they were. Um, The same thing about when people try to go into business with each other, friends, family members, co-workers, all that stuff. Whenever they try to go into business with each other and the other person is taking the money from the business, or the other person is trying to get more credit for things that are going on, it's not like a group effort. It's not like I did this and you did that. It's more so we did it, but let's just put my name on it. Right? Let me hold the money. Let me be the secretary. And you're cheating the other person out of their spot in the business. And then later on, you feel like you got over on them. Maybe they left the business and now you own it 100%. You pushed them out the way. Or maybe you took so much money from the business that it couldn't run any longer. And maybe you drew your name out. You know what I'm saying? You know how people do. I'm just giving examples. I'm just giving a list of examples. But whatever happened later on, you might get married and somebody only marries you for your money. They come in, we are a partnership. We're going to live this life together till death does us part. And then next thing you know, you get divorced. And all of the money that you had left over from that business is gone. It could be gone because the person took it in the marriage, or it could be a situation where you had spent all of that money anyway. So the money that you actually had when you got married was yours. Like you worked for that. You honestly worked for that. You were a stand-up guy. You worked for it. You were a stand-up woman. You went to school and got your degrees. And then somebody married you, divorced you, and took your stuff. That's karma. Now, it would not feel the same if you went into business with someone else, like an actual business agreement, and they took the money or something, because you'd be like, man, this happens. You know what I'm saying? It has to be, karma has to hit you in a way where you are really affected. Like you are trying to stay up and see what's going on, trying to trace your steps. Where did things go wrong? You can't sleep at night because you're overthinking the situation. You can't stop talking to people and telling them what's going on to see if they can figure out, like, did I miss something? That's how karma should work. That's how it should work from another person. Yep. So if you are ever in a situation where you feel like you are witnessing someone, excuse me, when you feel like someone is being mistreated, baby, let that play out, because you don't want to interfere with someone else's karma. You don't want that to jump on you. Like that didn't even have anything to do with me. I was just standing there. Yeah, you were standing there running your mouth and it jumped right on you. Because that karma has to get somebody. And they're still going to get theirs, even if you stop it in that moment. It's going to get them, or it's going to jump down to their children or their grandchildren or someone close to them. Either way, they're going to witness it. Well, not if they pass away first, but somebody's going to get it. It doesn't stop. Okay. So be mindful of that whenever you feel like someone is verbally attacking your friend, or you feel like someone is verbally attacking your family member. Don't be so quick to say, don't do that. They would never do that. They are a good person. They don't bother anybody. They give them the shirt off their back. All that stuff, leave it alone. Sometimes you have to watch from a distance and say, that look like something that is payback. I don't know. I don't know. And just leave it alone. Okay. Hold on for a second. I need some tissue to put between my toes. Ooh. Anyway, I wanted to say that. And that's why I believe the saying, turn the other cheek. That's good. That's good advice. That's good advice. You got me. You got me. You got me. You got me. We don't have to retaliate about everything. We don't have to, you got me. You got me. Let them have that one. Let them one up you. It always come back. I was doing a tarot card reading this morning on myself, and the cards came out and they were saying, be still, be quiet, be still, be quiet, observe. And that might be a message for you all today. Be still, be quiet, and observe. That's all you have to do. That's where it starts. I mean, that's where you can start. Maybe that's not all you have to do, but one way to start is to be still and be quiet and observe. So I wanted to share that with y'all today, how I think karma works and why you shouldn't try to get your get back whenever, people do something, and you should not interfere with other people's karma neither. Now, I also believe that good karma comes from other people. I really do believe that. So whenever you're out here and you're dealing with somebody who looks like they are in a state of need, you know how you run into a coworker who doesn't bring lunch to work, or they're always saying that their gas tank is almost on E and they can't make it to payday, or is somebody who is always asking to borrow something, or they need a favor or something. And you can do that. And they do say whenever you bless someone, you will be blessed back. However, just like karma, your blessing may not come from that person. And if you are expecting a blessing from someone who has less than you, will it come? Who knows? Can that blessing come from that person? It can. Should you expect it from them? No, I do not believe so. Because if you have more than they have and you are giving to them, then wouldn't you want your gift or your repayment to come from someone who has more than you? That way it's not a loan, it's an actual gift. That's the thing with expecting something from someone who has less than you. They're either going to give you as much as you gave them, and it may not be all at once, it might be spread over time, or they may give you less than what you gave them because, that's why they asked you for it. They didn't have it. Or they may not give it back to you at all because they will never be in a space where they can pay you back. All right. So whenever you are looking for repayment for something, especially when you did something for someone who was in need, I do believe that it should be treated like karma, because it is karma. It's good karma. You helped someone who was in need, and someone is going to help you. Someone is going to come up out of the blue and they are going to offer you something. And that's another topic I want to bring up too. Sometimes when we do something for someone will say, I'm going to pay you back. Let me pay their debt. let me do this for you. They can't do it. They sent me. And you're like, no, 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 I want them to pay me back. I want the money to come from them. I gave it to them. They need to give it back. And we try to dictate sometimes what people are supposed to do with the money that they asked us to borrow. Like once they get it, they can do with it whatever they please. And if someone does a service for you, then you should pay them whatever you told them they were going to get. But if it's like a favor, they asked you because they just didn't have it. You may have been their last resort, or you may have been the only person that they thought they could reach out to because they don't need all their business out there. I still believe that you should treat that or expect that to work as good karma. I gave them what I could. I gave them what I had. It's going to come back to me because when you put out good, good comes back to you, but it may not come back the same way because you have to think about it. Whenever you gave that person something, you weren't paying them back. You were actually lending to them, or you were gifting something to them. Okay. So that look, anyway, that's why I say just because you do something for someone, it'll come back to you, but it may not come back from that person. Okay. So just keep your eyes open. Pay attention to the opportunities that come. Sometimes things come our way right after we help somebody, and it's not something that we were looking for. It's not something we were expecting. So we kind of brush it off or, not pay attention to it. But that is your blessing coming up. It may be a blessing in disguise. It might be an outfit that someone offers you and you're like, I do not wear that. But then next thing you know, you might deny it. And then an event comes up and that's exactly what you needed. That's exactly what you needed. Now you have to go buy something similar to it. So I think of things that way too. Now I still don't accept every gift that is offered to me. I may try to negotiate because in some situations people just want to give you something, and closed mouths don't get fed. I appreciate this, but can I get it in another color? I appreciate this, but I wouldn't use it. Do you have something else along the lines of this? You can do stuff like that. Some people are just happy to give you something. So, if they want to give you something and it's nice, leave with something. Okay? So good karma, bad karma, payback, um, stuff like that. You may give it to one person, get it back from another. You may give somebody some bad vibes and then you get it from someone else. And I think that's why a lot of relationships, that's why I think a lot of relationships fail too, because we end up in karmic relationships, which means we end up with the very person who is going to pay us back all the hell that we put somebody else through. Okay. And this could be romantic relationships. This could be family relationships. This could be the relationship between co-workers. This could be a relationship between you and your child's co-parent, the other parent. It could be all kinds of stuff. But you're gonna you're gonna get it back. That's for sure. That's for sure. So that is going to conclude my topic today. And if you made it to this part of the video and you have not joined my emailing list, go ahead and join my email list. You can go to girlfriendletmetellyu.com. And there is also, there should be a link in the description of this video. Depending on where you're watching it, it should be a link in the description of the video. Also, I do tarot card readings, and that's with a cup of stars or a cup of stars tarot. Okay. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. So go ahead and follow those. Join my emailing list. Listen to some of my tarot card readings or get your own personalized tarot card reading. And thank y'all for listening to the topic today. Now, if you have some comments about how you feel about karma or how you think it works or whatever your input is, you can put that in the comments as well. And I hope to see y'all on the next episode. Bye-bye.